I think this is all my Toodles. Hey Toodles, it's still Monday. Okay, I know I just did a video. I'm sorry if this is so blurry. I'm very sorry. I'm going to do an updated palette collection. And I'm going to show you some of my favorite palettes compared to my least favorite palettes. And things like that. This is one of my favorite palettes. I got it from Ulta Beauty in a makeup kit. And I use these colors a lot. As you can tell, you can see the circles. I constantly am reaching for this palette. I mostly carry this palette with me when I'm in a hurry. But I decided that I do want to buy another one of these. If I get a kit with this in it, that will be awesome. And what I want to use it for is to put in for traveling. Because this will make a good traveling palette when I travel. And not this summer, but next summer I will be going to see my cousins in Kentucky, so I cannot wait. Another one of my favorite palettes is this Makeup Revolution. Oh my god. By London. This is my favorite bronzer palette. It's my first bronzer palette I ever owned. And just look at them gorgeous colors. And they are so gorgeous. And I mostly use this color, and this color here. The most ones I mostly use, as you can tell. The other colors are really used, but not as much. Then of course I have this one, as you saw, in Monday Must Haves for your makeup collection. I just made that video and I'm uploading it to my computer now. This is another one of my favorite palettes. As well as my two Profusion palettes. This is a lip palette and plum. And those are some pretty shades. And I do like them. And what I like about this palette is when you're done, this comes out and then you can just have it for a palette that I can actually put things in there for lips. That I have a palette and there's hardly any lip and there's some missing. I can pull it out and stick it in here because it's aluminum.
A few songs played over and over again.
This one is in the color Rose. It seems like I had more problems opening this one than the other one. But I do use this one a lot on my lips, as you can tell. I just literally love the colors. I use this color here a lot on my lips. So probably in my next video, a lot of the palettes you see today will be marked down. And when I say down, I mean the colors will be down and it'll be like holes in some of the palettes I will show you. This is a Beauty Treats. It's a creamy blush palette and I don't like creamy blushes. So I've been using this as a lip palette. And you can tell inside of it that I mostly use this color right here. And this color, but I'm mostly using this color, but this color mostly because you can tell it's gone down a lot. Considerably, whatever you want to say it, however you want to say it, considerably gone down and it's perfect. And then I also showed you this palette in my Monday Must Have for your makeup collection. This is another palette that's one of my faves. You open it up, when you take it out, you can leave it open and not have the plastic on it. But I like having the plastic on it because it keeps it fresh still. Okay, let me get into some of these palettes. I have some of these palettes. I have this Fergie, Wet n Wild Fergie palette. When I first bought this palette, I started using it for my monthly palette. I've used it for my monthly palette twice. And I reach for this palette a lot. It sits like, here's my vanity and there's a table over here. I like a desk thing over here and it's there and I reach for it. Sometimes I just reach for it and play with that palette. In the cities, W7 in the cities. I bought this little palette for like $3 and something off of Amazon. It is one of my favorite palettes. I have not used it much. But I used it for a monthly palette and fell in love with these colors in here. So I decided to keep it. It's a perfect palette. Then I haven't used this one much. But I have used like these three colors here. And this is Twinkle Twinkle. I think it's by Mark Twain. Or Mark something. or it might be by Profusion, but these three colors here are the colors I mostly use. I dented some of it, but not all the way down. I'm not real keen on the blues and the blacks, but I like the green, the brown. So I've been using, I reach for that palette some too. I definitely reach for this palette a lot when I just play around, or I want to put on makeup and I just want to play with different makeup and different palettes. I usually grab this palette, and you can tell by this color I use a lot, and this color, and I've been using the sparkle black a lot. So I just, grab it, and I use this one a lot too. But I take the black, and with the sparkles, I use it for eyeliner, and it's not bad. Okay. Two of my most favorite palettes in the world. I would definitely say put this in your makeup collection, and they're the Milani palettes. Okay, this was the first Milani palette I bought, and I bought it because I thought the orange was very beautiful and gorgeous. So that's why I bought it. Well, I used the orange a couple times. I'm more into using this color right here and this color here all the time. These two colors here are the ones I mostly use. That color is gorgeous, and this color is gorgeous. I bought it because the orange looked beautiful as well. I use these palettes all the time. I will, like this month, I got a new palette that is in this, for this week, that I put on my Monday Must Have For Your Makeup collection by Wet n Wild. But I love the Milani palettes, and I think I need to go to Walgreens and see how many more they have and take pictures of it and say, hey, I need to get these palettes. This is another Milani palette I got for my makeup collection. And I was telling my cousin, these are the best palettes. They're small, and you need to get them all. Whether you wear that color or not, you need to have them in your collection. I use this color here all the time, and I've been using this color here and this color here in the palette, and I also use this color a lot. Those are the colors I use in the palette, in this palette. This one, this one, this one, and this one. I do use those a lot in that palette. It's not that bad, but it's good. Then I got this from a Makeup Swamp, the Little Black Beauty book. And it was a limited, with the warm edition, but I think it's a limited edition, but it says warm edition. And of course, when I first got this palette, I constantly was using this palette. I was using more this side than this side, but I was using this color here on this side a lot. And I'm probably maybe next month make this one of my, I haven't decided on what I want to make for my monthly palette. I have used this one for my monthly palette. I got this a long time ago. The school was doing Christmas presents for a family that needed it, and they picked my stepdaughter, and this was in here. Told me to pick some stuff out for her. This color I use a lot, and this color here I was using a lot. And I have used that pink a little bit because I wore the shirt I'm wearing today, and I had the pink on. Another one of my favorite palettes is the Ulta palette. Of course, you can tell I've been using this palette a lot, but I've been mostly using the gray. Okay, the gray, this color, and this color I just now seen. This color, and the gray I've been using a lot. And this palette's a really good palette to have. It's thin, it fits perfect, and it's a good one. I wanted this palette so bad. Thanks to Bridget, we did a swap, and she got me How to Nude Your Eyes by Essence. Now they have How to Do Your Brows, the blush palette, the other palette, the brow palette, the blush palette, and the bronzer and highlighter palette from Essence. I want to get those as well. Constantly using this color and this color on my eyes and this color here. I use this palette a lot. These three colors I mostly used on my eyes. The Bomb. This is a palette you should definitely have in your makeup collection because I know you'll love it. I got this from a Makeup Swamp from Brittany Rose. Check that out. That's the color I used mostly because I'm constantly loving this palette, and I'm constantly using that color And I use this color too, but mostly I use this color here. And I constantly use it. I've even caught myself with my eyeshadow palette here and just go pew pew. Perfect. I bought this a long time ago. It was like $1.50 at Walgreens. I'm trying to make this video as fast as possible. I don't use it a lot, but I have, and I started using it just for that lip color because I was into the pink theme, and I was doing a lot of pink, and I was using this blush and that lip product and using this green eyeshadow right there. But now it's like, and I was using this color a lot in this palette. I don't reach for this palette much, and I don't use this palette like I used to all the time. But I need to try to use some of these palettes I don't use. Then I got this one in a swamp by Brittany Rose. We did another swamp. And she got me this palette, and I was using the eyeliner, the black eyeliner, and this color all the time. This is what I was constantly using. And I would use this too, right here, to highlight my face. Not highlight, but yeah, highlight my cheekbones and my nose with it and give my face a little shine. I bought this palette off of Amazon and I thought it was really good. This color was broken, but I really didn't care because I knew I wasn't going to use that color much. But I've been using the white a lot for like a base on my eyes. And I've been using this color and the black I have used. But I haven't reached for this palette much. But I need to start reaching for some of these palettes. Then I bought this palette and went back and bought another palette like this for my 200 subscriber giveaway. This is a palette I love. I really been using this color and this color a lot in the palette. And it looks like this pretty shiny gray here as well. I love this palette. It has a big enough mirror and it's perfect. And then when the colors are gone and you don't need it, I know you can't take this out, but you have a big mirror and you can set it on your desk, on your purse, and you have a mirror to carry with you. Plus, it's also a good palette to take with you on the road. And then I have the Profusion Natural Palette, eye palette, which is totally awesome. I was using this one when I first got it. I started using this palette a lot, and I like the colors. And I was using this color a lot because I was testing it out to see what colors were perfect, and that color was pretty. And this is a smoky palette, and as you can tell, I use this color a lot in that palette, and I was using this color a lot. And then I quit using it in this color here as well, but then I quit using it and I started using it for my monthly makeup palette. I do a monthly makeup palette and use that palette for the whole month, so that palette, at least the palette, can get used, and then that gives me a chance to decide yay or nay. I bought this palette. I love it. I wanted to get the other one, but I never could get the $5 to go back and get it. This is a palette that broke, and I started using this palette for a monthly palette. Started using it. I was using this color here a lot, and the yellow, and this color a lot, and this color here, and this color, because I was trying this one, trying to figure out what colors would be best on my eyes and what colors should I use and what looked good. And I started using that palette for a monthly palette, and I really did like that palette. Okay, this is another palette. I have three of these little Profusion palette. One is in my traveling bag, which is the neon colors. This is the blush palette. It's got blush colors in it for eyeshadow, and I use this color a lot. And I've been using this color and this color a lot. These are some real pretty colors, and they are real pigmented. Profusion palettes have real good pigmented colors. This one's a nude palette. When I got this one for the first time, I started using this color, this color, this color on my eyes constantly. Was doing those three colors on my eyes, and it looked perfect. Another palette I have here is the Jewel palette by CoverGirl True Naked. And it's another good palette I got, and I started using it a lot. And I used it for a monthly palette, and then because I was using purple a lot and this color, so I decided to put this palette up. I do like this palette, but I can use it in another time for a monthly palette and see if I still want it. I have this palette here, And I have more of these palettes down here, but this is another palette I like. I don't use it as much, but I love these colors. And I was actually using this color and this color all the time in the palette. And then I started some other things and decided. Another one of my favorite palettes is a sheer cover. Oh my god, I bought sheer cover makeup. You can tell I used every color in this palette. This was the first, one of the first little eyeshadow palettes like this I got was by sheer cover, and constantly using these palettes. My other ones were the Avon, but I really never used the Avon palettes. And now I started using it, and now, you know what, I don't really care for the Avon palettes. It's just not what I wanted. This is a palette that is in my Monday makeup review, or Monday makeup, let's have my makeup closet. I got this palette. I love this palette. This is my monthly palette. And I'm using every color in this palette, but mostly I've been using this color, this color, this color, this color, don't ask why, and the gray. And sometimes this one and this one here. I basically use all of them but the black, and probably, no, actually I use all of them but the black. I've only used the black like a couple times in a makeup look. Love this palette as well. These are my other palettes like the first one I showed you. I got this palette. They came in a makeup kit. I liked it because of the red. And I was using it because of the red. I use this one, and this one all the time. And this palette. And in this palette here, I really barely been using any of the colors because it's not really, I think I'm more or less, well, yeah, I was using this color a lot. I swatched it, but I started using that color a lot because I really